Hello, English 11 parents and guardians for the spring semester of 2025 in English 11. So I'm going to go over now the book project for that. And again, I'm not going to go, it's like the syllabus, I'm not going to go over in tons of details for that. I'll give you a general overview of that. If you want line by line, I will be doing that with your child in class, and it is posted in Google Classroom. It'll be posted from day one. The instant that they log into Google Classroom, it's already there, waiting on them to be there. So there's no excuse for them not to know. So if you have questions, I'd encourage you start with them, pull that up in Google Classroom, go over that. If you have questions from there, please contact me. I will return your email, phone call, whatever that is, as quickly as possible. It will be a very quick turnaround. That's one of the things that I am very insistent on myself on, is quick responses to questions, especially from parents and students and anybody else. Okay? So, book project. They're going to have two of them due. One at the end, near the end of the third quarter, one near the end of the fourth quarter. Two different books, two different projects that they have to do for that. The due dates are posted in there. That's Friday, February the 28th and Friday, May the 9th. Those are both due to me by midnight. And now, they may have a physical thing that they make or record and do that. They may have a physical thing that they hand to me. They may be something that they write or do on the computer. And so that's posted into Google Classroom then for them. And so there's a couple different ways that they can do that. Let's see. Other big things in here. The point totals, I have a rubric in there for them, which is how I'll grade that, but then that will get adjusted in there based on their percent that they get. My goal is that the book project is about 10% of their grade for the grading period. So once we get near to the end of the grading period, I know exactly where we're sitting for points, or pretty close to that. I will then make that adjustment of what that book project's going to be worth for that. I do have a number of books that I ironically call a banned book list, which I know is like a weird thing for an English teacher to say, but I do have that. And all that simply is any book that is required reading in the classroom from anywhere from 7th grade through 12th grade. And the reason for that is I want them learning individually about that book. I don't want them telling me things that they've been told and that they've been taught. So that's why I have that. That list is in there, the document to all those books that they may be for things. Okay. If I do have a student who is taking more than one English class, and I do have some of those that are working ahead or playing catch up, whatever that may be, if they're doing a book project for another English class, I'm willing to work with them. Even if that project idea that the other teacher's doing isn't on my list of things, I'm willing to work with that individual student so that they don't have to do two books and two book projects and overwhelm themselves. But that student needs to come and talk to me. Okay? And say, hey, here's what I'm doing, here's my proposal. I'm going to actually, after we talk through it, I'm going to have them put that into an email, and so we'll have an electronic record of that conversation as well, and so we can figure out how to best work with them for that. Okay? So as far as the type of project for that, just a brief statement of those in there. Again, not going into a lot of detail because the student will get that, and you can see more details in the document. But I have some writing project options where they rewrite the ending of the book, they do a character diary, they write a letter to the author, they write poetry, or they write an explanation, kind of a mini essay about why it will or will not be read in the future. Artwork related projects in there, shadow boxes, bookmarks, graffiti artwork, graphic novel pages, and then some other options that they can choose as well include songwriting, podcasting, and doing an oral book report for that. I also have in there as well, if there's something the student would like to do that's not on that list, then they need to send me an email with that, all the details of what that is. So again, we've got a trail of that conversation of what's going to be in there, but it needs to be something that they're going to have to work at a bit and figure out what that might look like for that. But we'll have a conversation and see. There are some that I've had in the past that I just feel aren't rigorous enough. And so I've eliminated some of those book projects and focused it down just a little bit in there for those. But no matter what they do, there's 5 supplemental questions that they also have to answer for that. And so they'll give me that project, and then they'll give me those questions and turn all those things in for that. Okay? Again, that's the brief overview of the book project. Again, if you open up the document and look through it, it gives you the specifics of how long should something be, how many of these things do there need to be, what are the requirements that I'm looking for in there. But so I'd encourage you, again, open that up, go through that with your child. Don't get surprised with that. Don't let them be surprised. It's amazing how many students over the years I've had that I'll tell them the first day of the semester, I'll remind them, especially even 2 or 3 weeks out, I'll start reminding them more and more of that. That week, I'm reminding them like every day, and I still have students the day of go, oh, is that due today? Okay. Now, I'm the father of 4 kids, and so I've heard my kids say that same excuse for that, and it's in there. But I encourage you, get them to work on it early in there and get that done, because one of the things that I do offer as well, speaking of being done early, if they want me to look at it early, then I will go through and, oh, look, bells are still working even over break. If they turn that into me early, I will tear into it, I will evaluate it, I will edit it, I will do whatever with that, kind of tear it apart, grade it per se, and then hand that back to them so that they can fix it. And they can do that as many times as they want up until the grading time for it to be turned in, so that they can get as good a grade as possible. So if they work ahead, they can actually help to increase their grade for that. The later you go, the more risk that you take on the grade. So, all right, so that's the book project. Again, if you have questions, comments, concerns, panic-stricken moments, please contact me and let me know so I can respond and answer, and we can work through those. Thank you.